If you're on the lookout for a great news show to help teach you about business, check out the Hustle Daily Show, brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business builders. The Hustle Daily Show is your daily dose of business, tech, news, and original stories to keep you in the loop on what's trending in business. Just like here, it's a daily podcast on which their team of writers break down the biggest business headlines in 10 minutes or less and explain why you should care about them. They'll also do deep dives on topics like a man who won the lottery 14 times and why it's nearly impossible to buy an original Bob Ross painting. I checked out a few episodes of the Hustle Daily Show, and to me, it was quick, educational, and feels like the perfect show to pair with OWD. So search for the Hustle Daily Show in your favorite podcast app, like the one you're using right now. You'll be glad you did. This is Optimal Work Daily, episode 1194, How to Apply for a Part-Time Job. The 5 Questions to Ask Yourself, by Guy Birken of PTmoney.com. And I'm your narrator, Dan, and welcome to this Sunday edition of Optimal Work Daily. And now we're going to get right to it as we hear from Guy Birken and optimize your life. How to Apply for a Part-Time Job, The 5 Questions to Ask Yourself, by Guy Birken of PTmoney.com. If you're like me, you start your job search efforts with incredible optimism. That lasts about a week. You might quickly realize that while there are many part-time positions available out there, very few of them fit with your education and qualifications, much less your own career goals. In desperation, you might start applying for a part-time job with pretty much everyone. Spray and pray, baby. With that strategy, you're likely to hear back from a grand total of 0 employers. That desperation and frustration is familiar to anyone who's been out of work and looking for a job. In fact, there's a name for the complete lack of response from employers: the black hole. But a recent study by the job search firm The Ladders used eye-tracking technology to better understand why job seekers' resumes get lost in the black hole. According to Lauren Weber of the Wall Street Journal, quote, "When job seekers were tracked using technology that records where and for how long their eyes landed on a page, they spent an average of 49.7 seconds before dismissing a position as a poor fit, and 76.7 seconds with job ads that appeared to match their interests and skills. Even when subjects determined that an opening was appropriate for them, reviewing the actual requirements for the job appeared to be a low priority. Results showed they spent only 14.6 seconds on average in that section." End quote. This helps to explain why every job opening seems to attract dozens or hundreds of applications from unqualified candidates. Knowing this, however, means that you have the ability to make yourself truly stand out by carefully reading and targeting the jobs for which you are uniquely suited, instead of using the shotgun approach to send out resumes for every opening. Another way to be found is by optimizing your resumes through a service like JobScan. If you are currently looking for a part-time job, here are the 5 questions you need to ask yourself as you prepare to apply for a position. They will help you to target your job search in a way that will provide you with better responses and potentially a new job. 1. Do you even want this part-time job? This may seem like a stupid question, particularly if you are concerned about money. You may have reached the point where any job seems better than no job at all, but that's simply not true. If the job you're applying for requires extensive travel or a long commute, duties that you're not suited to, like customer service, for example, or cold call sales, applying for and getting that job will just be trading the misery of unemployment for the misery of a hated job. Continuing to apply for jobs willy-nilly, whether you really want them or not, will likely just prolong your unemployment. Making sure you only apply to jobs you would truly be excited to take means that your enthusiasm for the work will shine through in your application and interview. 2. Do you have the necessary qualifications? This is something we all seem to gloss over. In fact, psychologists have coined the term the overconfidence effect to describe our tendency to confidently believe in our own abilities. What this means for job seekers is that many of us merely glance at the requirements section of a job posting, feeling absolutely certain that we can do what is asked even if we don't have the necessary background. Basically, if you do not have or meet the majority of the qualifications listed by the company, then it's not a good idea for you to apply to the job. You may be correct that you can learn computer programming on the fly, but in this job market, The HR department will have its pick of programmers who have already proven their abilities. They're certainly not going to choose you. 3. Are you overqualified for this part-time job? Being overqualified for a position can land your resume in the black hole almost as quickly as being underqualified. Hiring managers will often assume that you are applying for a job that doesn't match your qualifications and abilities just for the paycheck, and that you'll leave that job just as soon as you find something better. 4. Do you want to work for this employer? One of the most frustrating career issues is when you're doing a job you love for an employer you hate. Before you even apply, find out what it's like to work for particular employers in your field so that you don't find yourself stuck in an untenable position. Glassdoor is an excellent resource for reading reviews on employers from their employees. It can help you narrow down which companies you most want to work for. And 5. Do you know anyone who works for this employer? Networking makes the employment world go round. You can greatly increase your chances of getting your resume into the right hands if you know someone who can refer you. When you find a job listing that interests you, check with your friends and family, both online and off, to see if you know anyone who works for or has a relationship with the company. Taking the time to do this can mean the difference between your resume getting lost in the pile and it being on top of the heap. When you search through job listings, it can be tempting to simply send out your resume to interesting listings and be done with it. But taking the time to think through these questions will help you to find the best match for your abilities and career goals while increasing your likelihood of landing a job. Your future employer will certainly appreciate your attention to detail and your commitment to finding the right fit. You just listened to the post titled, How to Apply for a Part-Time Job: The 5 Questions to Ask Yourself by Emily Guy Birken of ptmoney.com. You want consistency and quality, but you also want variety and freshness. If you run a business, you want it all. With Nuts.com, you can get so many different delicious snacks and ingredients and know that they will consistently exceed your expectations. Nuts.com is your one-stop shop for the highest quality foods for business. They offer delicious office snacks, corporate gifts, and wholesale ingredients. And over 50,000 companies choose Nuts.com for their business needs, from offices to hotels to restaurants and retail stores. And we've even loved their product as remote workers. Nuts.com has sent us plenty of snacks that keep us energized and focused so we can deliver the best work that we can. Nuts.com makes ordering for your business quick and easy. Right now, Nuts.com is offering new business customers a free gift with purchase and free shipping on orders of $125 or more at nuts.com/OWD. So go check out all the delicious options at nuts.com/OWD. You'll get that free gift and free shipping when you spend $125 or more. That's nuts.com/OWD. We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search, but match. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites. One of the things I love about Indeed is that it makes hiring all in one place so easy because Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences. So the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/startup. So just go to Indeed.com/startup right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/startup. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. And thanks to Emily, who wrote this post, and also to Philip, who is the creator of ptmoney.com. He's a CPA, blogger, podcaster, husband, and father of 3. He's also the founder of the Personal Finance Industry Conference and trade show FinCon, which we've attended multiple times and which you've heard about if you listen to Optimal Finance Daily. Philip created ptmoney.com back in 2007 to share his advice on money, hold himself accountable while paying off over $75,000 in debt, and to meet others passionate about moving toward financial independence. Well, he definitely succeeded. He's now fully self-employed, supporting his family using the income generated from his site and conference. And he says that none of it would have been possible had he not taken control of his financial life and started building something of value for others. So please come visit him online at ptmoney.com. But that does it for today here on Optimal Work Daily. I hope you've had a great weekend. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you same place, same time tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.